The free agents are running wild like Hulkamania out here in these streets.
Yeah.
Clap.
All right. So, gotta talk to you about these Suns free agency pickups.
I knew
Okay.
you'd have to.
I gotta talk to you about it. So, Chris Paul signed for 4 years, up to 120 million. Don't know how I feel about that term. 4 years is an awful lot, long time for a man who's already pushing 40, bro. So I don't know how I feel about that. I think he's 37 or something like that.
Dude.
So
yeah,
that's I don't know. I don't know.
He's got the best agent in sports.
A little bit. Yeah, he does have a stud. Because you're getting 4 years, 120 million, dude. Oh my God, that's a lot of money, a long time for Chris Paul. But hey, at least we don't have to worry about this whole worrying about losing him every year. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got him locked into a long-term deal. He'll probably, at that rate, I would assume he's probably gonna retire after that. 4 years. He'll be like over 40 at that point. Like, if he gets a ring or two and Phoenix, I think he'll be content. You know what I'm saying? Like
that, I think that's the linchpin right there. If he gets a title with your boys, then I agree with you. He'll retire. If he doesn't, I think at that point we will finally see the great Chris Paul pull a Gary Payton / Karl Malone and just hop on to whatever team's got the best chance and be a backup point guard. I could see him doing that, but I tend to agree with you. I think if the Suns pull off a title, I think this is his final contract. But hey, he might pull Vince Carter. Like he might just be like, I can stand in the corner and shoot threes for 2 more years, a league minimum.
Get another payday, yeah.
Hey, so I imagine this was one of those like, oh my God, we got Chris Paul, and then what the fuck are we paying him? Like that's how I envision you reacting to this. But that's
Shit.
I mean, at least you get to run it back now, and you've added some much needed depth. DeAndre Ayton, a huge story throughout the playoffs. I mean, the world knows his name now. I mean, NBA fans knew who he was. He was a damn first overall pick. Like we knew who he was. But now the whole world knows his name, and he's gonna have the bodyguard backing him up, dude. Mr. Shaqtin' a Fool himself.
Yeah, dude, Javale McGee. I was kind of like, when I saw that, I'm like, for real. I've never been a Javale McGee fan, but I will give him this. He plays good defense. He's tall. He's lengthy. He's quick, and he will help. Because that was our biggest issue with the Bucks, man. We couldn't stop Giannis, and if DeAndre Ayton got in foul trouble, he has to go to the bench. There's nobody at that point who can guard Giannis. Like the only person that could guard him, even somewhat effectively, was DeAndre Ayton. And anytime he was on the bench, Giannis had free reign, dude. Like that was the problem. So we definitely need another big. I still think we probably need to get another one, and they are talking about getting a third big too. We need a couple more bigs to help DeAndre Ayton. So JaVale McGee would definitely, I think, help a bit. So that's all right. I think they got to sign him to a 2-year deal. It's like 1-year deal, $5 million. That's what it was. Either way, that's fine. And then they re-signed Cam Payne to a 3-year deal for, I want to say, like 19 mil, I think it was. I'm just fact checking that right now.
You gotta love that, I would think. While you're checking on that, I would say Cam Payne had another playoff breakout success story. Here's a guy who was in China last year. I think he had well traveled around the league. Had
first round pick to the Thunder. Didn't pan out. Had to go to the G League and went to China, and here he is getting a pretty decent deal. Yeah, 3 years, 19 mil. Hey, ain't bad for a guy who's been a journeyman. You know what I'm saying, for most of his career. So that's pretty cool.
And so, how do you like that re-signing?
I do. Yeah, Cam Payne definitely played well. I mean, I thought honestly, I took a little bit of solace in knowing that if we did lose Chris Paul, I was pulling for Cam Payne to get re-signed because I think he would be an effective starter. You know what I'm saying? He's no Chris Paul, but he's not bad either. Like when Chris Paul had his little COVID outbreak during the playoffs, Cam Payne played lights out when he started. He's put those first 3 games against the Clippers. Or the first 2 games. First 2 games Chris Paul missed against the Clippers, and Cam Payne played great, and we won both games. You know what I'm saying? So Chris Paul came back 3rd game and we lost. You know what I'm saying? So like I think Cam Payne actually got hurt that game. So I don't know. I think it's nice, bro. And I guess him and Chris Paul have a nice thing going. I mean, I guess they've gotten along. Chris Paul kind of took him under his wing, and I'm sure that's helped a lot. Having someone like the point guard mentoring you, like can't go wrong there.
Right,
you know
probably didn't hurt.
So,
yep.
Right. So I think that's pretty good, and yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm kind of curious to see who else they sign. I was bummed out that we lost Torrey Craig to you boys. That was bummed out about that because I like Torrey Craig a lot. He's a nice 3-and-D guy. I think you'll be pretty happy with him. He'll definitely do something for y'all. So even if he's a role player coming off the bench like he was with us, like he'll give you solid minutes, bro, for sure. So,
and there's dudes like that have a history in Indiana of stepping up. I mean, in the meantime, folks, make sure you're subscribed with any notifications on, so that way you'll know when Sean B's here next. All right. So I won't have to be reminding you all the time.
Yeah, bro.
All right, Sean, you got any farewell words for the people?
Just go Suns, man. That's all I got to say. Point guard. Point guard is a bird.
Man, did this dude just did this?